Hello from Indiana. It is a beautiful day. It's nearing fall. It's getting a little bit chillier and you're starting to see a little bit of colors on the leaves. I don't live in Indiana anymore. I live in a place where there are no leaves that are going to change and it's not going to get colder. And I think I'm okay with that, but it's nice to experience it today. I wanted to talk to you during golden hour, which is my favorite time of day when the sun is setting and you can kind of start to see this gold hue over everything around you, and it's the most inspiring time of day for me to talk. So I thought that this would be something that I try to make habitual, is talking during this time, because I have been afraid to make this content because it's something that I'm really passionate about, that I really want to do, and that I know it's time to do, and I've been letting a few things keep me small about doing it. And I want to talk about things that keep us from doing the thing that we feel like we were made to do. One, I'm not always sure what I'm made to do. I think that deep down, a lot of us know what it is, but until you're doing it consistently to the point that you feel proud that you're doing it, it can be really difficult to even acknowledge that need or that desire inside of you to do the thing that it is that you want to do, that you were made to do. Because by acknowledging it, you also have to acknowledge that you're not doing it, and it puts you in this place of shame and fear and doubt and just, for me, denial, just outright denial, to the point that I forget sometimes that this is even what I want to do. I think that there are several things that we can do to overcome this, and one of them is to acknowledge that there are voices in our heads that are telling us things that are untrue and that they hope that we listen to. And I'm not talking about necessarily schizophrenic voices. I'm talking about the unconscious chatter that happens that tells us you're not good enough, you're not blank enough to do it. Whether it is you're not experienced enough, you're not young enough, you're not strong enough, you're not attractive enough, you aren't outspoken enough, whatever it is, you are not blank enough. Those voices in your head are trying to keep you small, are trying to keep you from speaking your truth, because they know that when you speak from a vulnerable place, whether you're speaking through your art or whether you're speaking through conversation with other people, whatever it is that you're putting out into the world, whatever it is that you're called to do, it's trying to keep you from doing that by making you feel scared and small, because it knows that you putting it out there is going to inspire so many other people to do the same thing in their way. And that's how we spread goodness and love and light, is by letting that part of us out to inspire other people. Everything that I've done has been an inspiration of people that have gone before me, and what I hope to do in my life is inspire other people to go after me. And we do that in small ways every day, but we do it by ignoring those voices that are telling us that we're not enough and trying to keep us small. If it's a matter of I'm not experienced enough, the only way that you get experience is by going out and doing it, which is much easier said than done. Point in case. I haven't been making videos yet, and I hope to make it a habit, but it's the way that I spread my light, and I know that even though it's imperfect, imperfection is a beautiful thing. It's a vulnerable thing, and the more that I do it, the more that I will learn and be proud of what I'm creating. So we just have to get out there and do it. I think a lot of times we make mountains out of molehills, meaning those tiny, tiny lumps of dirt we make into these big scary things, and when you look into the eyes of the thing that you fear, it looks like a huge mountain that you have to climb and scale and get across. And when we finally make that jump or we make that climb, looking back, we say, well, that wasn't really a big deal, but this thing that I'm afraid of now, that's the big deal. And we have to keep powering through that. If it's a matter of the voices in your head telling you you're not blank enough as far as something that you can't change, something that is physical about you, or something that is inherent about you, know that that is part of your strength. By speaking from a place of being too blank in your eyes, or you're afraid somebody else's eyes, you're allowing that voice to be shared and empowering other people that might be in the same situation to do the same. I just saw a video on the news this morning about a female biker who is almost 70, who's doing like BMX racing, and she is not letting her age stop her from competing in this high level. And I think that that's a really cool thing. She's inspiring other people to get out there and do their thing, even though they think they're too old, for instance. And we also have to finally realize that by letting our own light shine, we unconsciously let other people do the same, which is a quote by Marianne Williamson, a longer quote that is one of my favorite things in the entire universe. And by putting ourselves out there, by making the video even though people are walking past you and you're just creepily talking to your phone, you are putting light and love out into the world that needs to be spread, that needs to be out there, that needs to be heard. So be brave and do that today, even though people are passing you and judging you, even though maybe people are, you know, going to judge you, because you have to realize that the voices in your head are not necessarily the voices in their head. Probably aren't the voices in their head. They're probably not even thinking about you at all. They're probably going about their lives being berated by the voices in their head. So yeah, this is my imperfect example of what I want to spread today. And I hope that it brings you love and light, because you deserve it. Mwah.